All right, I am super hyped to check out this trailer. I've been waiting for news about KCD2 for like the longest time. I finished it back in 2018. We haven't heard any news about a sequel for like years. We didn't even know if they were planning to make one, and then I just saw this pop up on Reddit. So I'm really excited to check this out. I haven't looked at it at all, so this is my genuine reaction. And I noticed there were two videos, so we're going to watch them both. I'll watch the short one and the long one, and let's just see how it goes. All right, let's take a look here. Let's start with the short one.
I went directly to the city of San Jose and looked out.
Hold on. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, shoot. Okay. Looks like they have handguns now, huh? So this is like a little bit later period? Oh, crap. Damn, okay. Ooh. I hope they do more with mounted combat. We'll see. And like sieges, it'd be cool to be part of a large siege. Oh, man. I think this is, I don't know if this is pre-rendered or in-engine, but I'm curious to know like how it will look.
Becoming more than a peasant.
And it looks like it's going to be a direct sequel. Ooh.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life?
His hair looks a little bit different, right? Doesn't it look a little more like chilled up? Like more styled than in the original? Or maybe that was just my bad graphics on console. This guy again. I think he was his name was Marcus or something? Marcus Auerlitz or something like that? Owlitz. Damn. Yeah, because we never finished the Vengeance quest. Like, if you finish the game, that quest is still in your log, so... Crossbows are gonna be in it? That's good.
Nobody will hand anything on a platter to men like you and me.
You still have a long way to go till your work is done.
Yeah, that looked cool with the dog. Yeah, see, I want to see some stuff like this. Kind of like Mountain Blade, but better graphics. So you're going to be able to use the guns? Damn. Okay, that looks badass right there. Dang. Okay, let's see the longer one.
God, be kind and protect us, so we don't blow our arses off. Amen.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, I have some thoughts on that, but I'm gonna go on to the next one first, and then I'll kind of like blab after that and just tell you my thoughts on what we're seeing in this one, or I might like rewind through it. Okay, this one looks a little more cinematic.
When it seems you're out of luck.
I wonder if they're gonna build on the stealth gameplay.
There's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave.
Is this in engine or is this real live actors? It looks really realistic.
Now who can that friend be?
Or maybe a pre-rendered cutscene or something, pre-rendered video.
Henry, a hero Henry.
It's been a while.
Dude, that has to be live
Now I can
action,
finally
right?
Show you. Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh yeah, because they based the model after the actor, the voice actor. I was like, really looks like him. Okay, so we saw some of this in the short trailer. Okay, so maybe I'll pause through this one because it looks like a lot of the same scenes that we're seeing in the short one. But let's see.
dreamt of leaving this place.
I wonder if it will still... It looks like it's still in Bohemia, right? But I wonder if they'll expand it outward and have more areas, like maybe Hungary or Austria might be in it.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life? It can end before it gets started.
Okay, oh no, that's in the other one too.
Congratulations tonight. You finally become a man.
I hope we get some more, like, realistic combat like that, you know? Although I know it's hard to do in first person.
Pull yourself together, Henry.
It looks like it's going to be kind of the same, and like just an upgraded version of the engine, but the perspective looks the same, like that first person, so...
Nobody will hand anything on a platter.
But it'd be kind of cool if they did, like, a third-person zoom out for some of those special moves, so that you can see yourself doing them.
Work is done.
Because in first person, too, it was kind of dizzying, you know? Like, you just kind of, like, spin around, like the camera just spins when you're supposed to be doing those fancy moves. Okay, so it looks like
God,
there might be some additional commentary or something on this.
so we don't blow our
Because so far, this is just the short trailer that I watched.
Hello and welcome. My name's Tom McKay, and together with Luke Dale, we're here to present the first in-depth
So
look
trippy
at
seeing
Kingdom
Henry in
Come
real
Deliverance
life.
2, an action RPG set in a realistic
Look,
world.
it's his normal
of the late
voice, too.
Middle Ages.
We're in Kuttenberg, a gorgeous city at the heart of Europe, but also at the heart of KCD2. So let's take you into the world of the game with the help of Warhorse, the creators of this medieval saga.
It's almost exactly 10 years since I was doing video like this, introducing our new game. It's almost exactly 6 years since this game called Kingdom Come
Damn, yeah,
Deliverance
it's been a
was
long time.
finally released. So now it's perfect opportunity to show you what we have been working on those 6 years, which is
right.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And where else to do it than in this magnificent cathedral?
Damn, that
in
looks
the
really
royal
cool how
city
they
of
projected it
Kuttenberg,
on there.
where majority of this game takes place. Back then, 10 years ago, at the beginning, it was only 11 of us in a small office.
Damn.
Now it's 250 people working very hard for years to bring you the ultimate medieval RPG
I hope it's
adventure.
successful. Because it'd be interesting to
Kingdom
see them
Come
make...
Deliverance 2 follows the adventures of Henry, a young lad who barely survives the invasion of a raiding force on his village.
games in other areas,
Henry
you know?
embarks on a quest of revenge against those who butchered his family and burned his home to the ground.
As a trusted squire and friend to young Sir Hans, our hero Henry is sent on a simple mission, but things turn ugly very soon.
He looks a little bit different in
Kingdom
real
Come
life.
Deliverance 2 is a continuation of Henry's previous adventures, but the story's written in such a way that it's perfect for newcomers to Henry's journey.
Henry is a character that I think everybody can identify with because he starts off as a kind of nobody and goes through life with all these immense challenges.
It would be kind of cool if you could
And
customize him a
I
little
feel
bit
like
though,
everybody
right?
can
Like
relate to
change
that.
his hair color at least or something.
Hans is all the kind of fun times and all the kind of ebullience and joy that Henry has in himself, but it takes a bit of accessing, and I think Hans really helps.
I hated Hans at first when I first played. Like when you do that practice sparring against him, I just wanted to kill him honestly. But then you start to really like him. He really starts to grow on you.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Especially with the expansion.
What we are making now is what it was supposed to be in the beginning, but we were not able to do it because we didn't have enough resources and experience and all.
Sounds
all
pretty
this
typical
stuff.
for a creative type, you know?
That the concept works, and now we can take it to another level, which we always wanted.
Like
The
if you
game
draw or
is
film or anything, I'm sure you've been
much
through
bigger
that. Like
in scope. Original
you
game, we
release
had,
something just because that's what you can
I
do.
don't know, 3 hours of cutscenes. Now we have more than 5 regarding the.
But not everyone gets the opportunity to revisit it, you know, with more resources.
The story is longer and much more epic. So previously it was about an issues of small nobility with bandits in their villages. Now it's about problems of kings.
This is a behemoth of a game in comparison to the first, in my opinion. I think it's got so much more energy and pace and adventure and action and fun and trial and tribulation and just everything that you could want from setting up the characters so beautifully in the first game and then throwing them out there and going, right, let's see what you're made of.
I hope they
This
add
is going to be so much fun.
pole arms that you could keep. You know, that was one thing that a lot of
Henry
people
is a young
wanted.
guy, so he's not really like so deeply entrenched in his already, set character traits. So you can build your Henry in a different ways.
And that all means that it's actually on you who you want to be. You can save the world.
But in the first one, you kind of just max out almost, you know?
Punish it for it.
Like, there's not a lot of differentiation. There's, like, some traits you could change just for a little bit of role-playing, but I felt like the natural progression kind of goes in
historically accurate, but
one direction, you know?
Do that for the historical reasons of something. We want to do that for the immersion, and we want you to feel the sword in your hand. We want you.
Imagine if it was VR.
By the enemies on the battlefield. We want you to fight for your life.
As far as missile weapons go, we added.
Yeah, they got crossbow and the gun.
Crossbows. Also, some.
Yeah, that makes sense for the period.
Firearms.
Kingdom Come feels like the good old school RPGs. It will always surprise you what you can and cannot do.
His face looks kind of like Teresa's, doesn't it? That one guy with glasses, like his nose
Talks his way out of problems.
look kind of like
You can
Teresa's.
be a charming knight. You can be a thief. A scoundrel. Anything you do will be recorded. People will remember it. If they saw you do that, our crime system will react to that.
For example, when you are, I don't know, drunk and naked, people comment on that on the street, and now you can also reply. You can tell them,
Oh my God,
I'm sorry,
that's
I'm sorry.
funny.
Or you can tell them, piss off, man.
If you do
It's
a
kind of
lot
crazy when you play someone who's like
around the
contradictory,
village,
though, you
people
know?
will start to be suspicious. They will greet you differently. So try to make these little things collapse into like greater mosaic
man.
where your actions are really reflected.
It will always surprise you what can be done in Kingdom Come.
That is one thing I liked about the original, though, is that you can kind of like it's not game over if you commit crimes and stuff like that. Like there's other ways to resolve it. You know, you can like turn yourself in, argue, fight back.
Map is taking place on the actual place that's called Bohemian Paradise, and it's really beautiful nature
Wow.
with quite unusual.
Hopefully it looks that way on
conditions all
console
around.
too.
And then we are moving to totally different, rather
Or at least close.
urban countryside, surrounding huge silver mining, very rich city. So there's this big city.
The Gutenberg is a huge step forward for us, and it was, I would say, biggest challenge in the game. Because from those small outskirts and small cities, you are really getting in the one of the richest cities.
Yeah, and the original,
in
even
medieval
like
Europe.
Rattire,
It's
like
really
the bigger
even too
settlements
big,
are
in
like
my opinion.
pretty tiny.
We are trying to.
So it'll be
go
interesting to see them do a
beyond
bigger,
that
more
usual,
urban area.
Muddy, dirty medieval world, dark ages where everyone is dying from famine and war.
It was really like colorful, like it wasn't dark at all. We have really beautiful environments. Like players should go.
Yeah, that's one thing I liked about KCD is like
all those.
they didn't follow the tropes of like
woods and
Witcher and
beautiful
stuff.
rocks and
They really based it on
castles.
history where people are
The thing
wearing
that I
like
love about
brighter
the game
colors
most
and
is
whatnot.
just wandering around, because the nature is really beautiful. It's really serene, peaceful.
That's not a dig at Witcher,
and
by the
it's
way. I
full
love that
of
game.
Secrets.
But you know what I mean, like that grimdark kind of like fantasy, whereas this is historical based, so it makes sense that they would follow the trends of those
Music
times.
is big part of the game. Jan Walta
Okay, this is
is
almost
the
done.
composer as
Couple more
with the
minutes.
first game because I think he's awesome, he's genius.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Yeah, some of the songs from this game are still stuck in my head. I mean, from the first one. Wow. This is making me want to say, Jesus Christ be praised, right? Like, oh man. I love seeing actual musicians perform like that, like dressed to the nines, they're all in white tie and everything. And in setting, like that's just really amazing. What's with the black trench coat? Are these guys the trench coat mafia or something? Like, what's with all the black trench coats? Maybe they wanted to do choir gowns, but maybe it was cold in there or something, you know, so they had to like layer up. Wow. Are they gonna play this whole song? Okay. Maybe I'll skip past this just in case I get like a strike or something. Or it looks like it's coming to a close. I'll just leave it.
You'll be blown away.
In this game, you can experience something you cannot experience anywhere else.
I think players will be really impressed by that.
My message to the fans would be you are in for a ride.
Thank you for all your support. Please follow us on our journey to create something unique. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Dude, look at these guys walking in sync.
See you in KCD.
All dressed up and everything. Alright, man. Damn. Okay, I'm super excited now. So it's coming this year, dude. Okay, so I have to pre-order that when it comes available. I'm gonna play some like background stuff here, while I just kind of blab about my thoughts here. So let's go ahead and switch that up really quick. Okay, so just some of my thoughts, and I took some notes down. So first of all, like, I'm really glad that they're introducing the new ranged weapons, because like that was something that was missing. Like, you only had the bow in the first one, and also like if you read about the period, like if you read about the like the Hussite rebellion and whatnot, and they mentioned the Hussites in the first one, like you read about the Wagenfurt tactics and stuff, like they actually do mention that they use crossbows and early handguns like arquebus, or that wasn't really an arquebus, that looked like a handgun to me because it was just like a stick with like the little cannon at the tip, but like they mentioned that they used those in like Wagenfurt tactics, and we didn't really see that in the first one. I don't know if it was just because the period, or if it was because like the developer mentioned like there were those technical limitations with their resources, but so that should be interesting to see, and I wonder if we're gonna be able to take part in like more squad-based combat, because like in the first one you do like the assault on Skalitz, and then you do the assault on that big like bandit camp, and it kind of like those are kind of the only times I remember. And in the expansion there's that when you fight those like those bandit guys outside of the town, like those are the only times I remember you do like big battles, you know, or like group battles, and that was actually one of the things that was fun about KCD1 that like there wasn't a lot of. I know there was like limitations with the combat system and stuff as far as fighting groups, but it should be interesting to see, you know, because I think a lot of games. Now, I haven't played every single medieval game. I'm sure there's like some that that do this well, but like, you know, you play like Mountain Blade or something like that, and it's like sometimes I don't know. Sometimes like the sieges they don't feel as intense as they should, or they feel kind of clunky. So let's see what they do here. It should be interesting to see how they handle that. Some of the bigger battles, because the first one felt more like locked into one-on-one, you know, and just kind of segueing into the combat, I know a lot of people hated it in KCD1, but then like I actually really enjoyed like that like the intensity and the personalness of it. So I'm glad that they didn't move away from that and move to like a third person, kind of like Ghost of Tsushima or like Witcher or something, because those like it feels snappier and it feels better like gameplay wise, but like when you look at it in terms of realism, like in those games you're kind of like rolling on the ground nonstop and tumbling everywhere, and it doesn't really make sense, you know. So I kind of like that they kept that first person perspective, and just like the claustrophobia of it and the intensity of it, you know, because in real life it's like if there's like 3 or more assailants, obviously you're kind of screwed, right? And you have to think more tactically, and you have to do other things to like even out the odds, you know. You have to have some equalizers. It's not like in Witcher or in Ghost of Tsushima where one guy could take on like 50 dudes or something, you know. So I kind of like that they're keeping that. Also, let's see what else here. Yeah, one other thing that I liked from the first one that I don't know if they're going to continue in this, because I didn't see a lot of it. I didn't see if they have the alchemy yet, because I mean the alchemy still, because they didn't show any alchemy in that trailer, but I hope they do keep that. And also like the hunting and gathering, because it's kind of nice to have like another gameplay mode. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but like even in a game like RDR2 or something, like sometimes it's nice to have something you could just chill out to, like zone out to a podcast to or something, and then kind of grind those skills up and gather the stuff. So I hope that's still a feature in this upcoming one, and I hope they honestly build up even more on it, because speaking of which, kind of segueing into that, I really like the stronghold mechanic, like building up. It wasn't Scalets. It was yeah, I forgot the name of it, but the village that you get after you liberate it, and then you could build like buildings there and stuff, and add people and have NPCs move there. Like I hope they do more of that, because it seemed like they were onto something with that expansion, but like they didn't get to fully develop and fully build on that, and I would like to see more of that, honestly, because it's something that I really like doing, and it'd be nice if it was more than just a money pit with like some brief, you know, cutscenes and brief additional dialogue. But it'd be great if they actually like built a whole narrative around building and developing a stronghold. So either like a town or a castle or something like that, or like some kind of settlement would be really cool. Okay, so the other thing, mounted combat. So it'd be interesting to see if they actually develop that, because it was something that I didn't really see in this trailer. Like, obviously there's people on horses and stuff, but yeah, in the first game there wasn't really much to that, right? Like you almost can't even do it. Like I was just playing it a while ago, and it's like you ride up and you try to press attack or something like that, and there's not really, it looks like it's just not developed. Like there's no real actual like animations or anything for them to do it, and it just feels clunky. You can do some damage, but like it doesn't really feel like it was made for that, you know. And a lot of games have tried it. I think the best one that I've played, or the one that feels the most comfy at least, is like the Mountain Blade series. But even in that, like, it's kind of unrealistic, because in that game you could like full on charge into like a square of pikes or something like that and come out alive, you know what I mean? Like if you have like the fully armored charger and stuff. So it'd be interesting to see if they do more with that, because there's not a lot of games have like even tried. Like Witcher tried it, and it's even in that game it kind of isn't really focused on either, because that's more like on foot and it's more like magic and whatnot. So should be interesting to see if they actually do that, and if they do more with like pole arms, because I remember in the first one you could pick up a pole arm, but you can't really keep it, you know what I mean? Like you can't even, I don't think there's even any skills for it really. So it'd be interesting to see if they actually develop and build on that as well. I actually watched, I don't know if you guys watched, there was this movie that came out recently. It's called, I think the English title is Medieval, but the Czech title is Jan Kiška, or Šiška, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but it was like, I know it was kind of ahistorical, but it got me hyped for this this series again, you know, because it takes place in the same setting. And I don't remember if they mentioned Jan Žižka, and I think it's a little bit of a different period actually. But then they have like they show like the wagon fort with one wagon. I was hoping to see like a whole circle, you know, like an actual fort. But it's kind of interesting. And the Cumans are in it too. So like, if you're hyped for this game, I would recommend checking that out. In the meantime, that film, like I said, it's not the best film, but and the narrative for people who play like EU4 and stuff and like CK and whatnot, like I think you guys will be able to follow the narrative of that film. But a lot of people complain that the narrative is too loose and you can't really follow it. But I thought it was at least interesting if you're interested in that period, and just the tactics of that period and whatnot. So it's an interesting film to check out if you're like hyped for this and you just can't wait, and you've already like 99% of KCD1. And then I also just wanted to say, I know like right now I only have videos for one series on my thing, so it seems like that's all I play. But I just want to say, like, I am gonna start adding more other games and franchises to this channel. So this is one of them. Like once KCD2 releases this year, if they have a console release, or if there's something I can play it on, I will definitely play it as soon as possible and record it. So I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Let me know what you guys think of this trailer and just like this series in general, the franchise in general. I'm super excited about it. All right, thanks. Bye.